Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today I'm showing you around a 2012 Peugeot 308 convertible, or CC as they are more commonly known. This particular car is a little bit unusual. Don't get me wrong, 308 convertibles, 308 CCs were sold in their droves here in the UK. I think Britain is the capital for Europe of convertible cars, which is ironic because most days, like today, it's a bit cloudy and miserable, but we love our convertibles here in the UK, and the 308cc was very, very popular, along with its smaller cousin, the 208. And Peugeot's got a history of making these hardtop convertibles, which have been very, very popular, and I think are quite decent value for money, really, if you're looking for a budget drop top. The 308's actually got quite a bit of space in it, and it's quite a comfy car as well, which is a real bonus. What's unusual, though, about this particular one is first of all, it's the diesel model, with the 2-litre HDI engine, which is 163 horsepower. Good engine. Quite a torquey unit, so quite popular, but usually found in the hatchback, not the convertible. But what makes this particularly unusual is that engine is combined with the Tiptronic automatic gearbox. So this car is an automatic diesel convertible. So you could say it ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. And it's done 150,000 miles. I took it in part exchange. And, well, I probably didn't appreciate at the time quite how rare it was, really, because I've been looking around and there's not many of these around with this spec and with this gearbox. So it's a nice little find, I think. So I'll take you around it. It's not a perfect car by any means, but we'll give you a nice, honest sort of tour around the car and show you how it's worn its 150,000 miles. So the car we have here is a Active model, which I think was probably bottom of the range back in the day, but it has got the best engine and gearbox combo with the entire range, so we'll forgive it. It's slightly lower trim level. Active, as far as I can tell, it's still got a lot of kit on it. It does mean that you get cloth seats. I think a lot of the higher spec, the sports, have got the leather. This one's got cloth, so it's not something that really bothers me that much, that, to be honest here. It has got quite a sporty looking diffuser on this back bumper here, which I think they all get. And it's got a reasonably nice set of 18-inch alloy wheels. They're like a dark grey colour. They're not perfect, they've got a couple of little curb marks on them, but they're alright. They sort of suit the car, I think. It's a sort of bit of a Marmite design, this. Some people love it, some people think it's a bit soft looking, but I think it's actually not a bad looking car, really. For some people, I've got a bit of prejudice, perhaps, against the Peugeot badge, but I was driving this around the other day and I was thinking to myself, well, to be honest with you, I like a sporty car, but on Britain's roads, with all the potholes and creases and damage that's everywhere, I quite like a supple ride that you get in these French cars. So although it might not be as hardcore as some of the sporty offerings, it's actually nicer to drive as a daily car. Being a newer shape 308, it's also got the LED lights here on the front, which look quite cool when it's all up and running. And from some angles, it does look genuinely quite a sporty looking thing, I think. Anyway, let's get the top down, because it does, if anything, look better with the top down. So to do that, we'll jump inside. Let's scale that back a second so you can admire the dashboard in it, which is quite nice. As I say, it's an Active model, which was one of the lower trim levels, but you've got climate control with dual zone climate. Obviously, that's a Tiptronic gearbox. Nice metal pedals in it, white dials, and a diffuser, well, a fake diffuser on the back of it. It's even got things like cruise control and a speed limiter on it, this car. So very, very well equipped, considering it's not even a top of the range model. Anyway, let's start it up. So, turn the key, conventional key on this car. When this car came in part exchange, I slung it in for MOT, and it's done 150,000 miles. So I kind of put it in for the MOT just to see what was going to be needed on it, really, and see whether I'd trade it or whether I'd want to retail the car. And lo and behold, it passed its MOT with flying colours, straight through, no advisories. Unbelievable. Which rarely happens for any car, let alone one that's done 150,000 miles. So despite the fact it's got a couple of little marks here and there, it's a good car, I think, this. Now, to put the roof back on this, there's two switches by here, one that does the windows, one that does the roof. So it's this left-hand one that does the roof. I pull that, the roof blind is open. Stupid mistake. Hang on. Let us remedy that. I'll show you what it means. Be patient, my friends. What it means is that this blind here, and look at the size of the boot, by the way. Look at that. It's been opened by the cleaners, this has, because they've just given it a quick wash for me. Typically, as soon as I pick it up from the cleaners is when the sun disappeared. That always happens to me when I drive a convertible. Now that we've got that in place, my roof will work. You can see how big that boot is, though, when you've got the roof up and the blind is not in place. It's huge. It'll rival most family cars for boot space, this will. Won't rival them for room in the back, though. You can put adults in there, but it's not huge. Probably bigger than most convertibles, though. I'd say it's about the same size as a Fiesta in the back, to give you a rough sort of idea. So adults will be happy in there for short journeys, but they might not want to travel across Europe in the back of it. Anyway, enough rambling on. Let's get this roof back. So we push this back, back, and the back of it goes up. Now, it's not the swiftest of roofs in the world. It's not like a BMW Z4, which takes about 8 seconds, but it is a proper hardtop, so I think I'll forgive it that. And you've got all that extra security of having a fully hardtop car. Because when it's in place, it could well be a fixed head coupe. Right, let's sit down. So it's pretty simple to do. And now, well, let's have a look at it from the outside now. Conserve my diesel. Step back from it now, and I do think that's quite a good looking car, isn't it? Let's put it on. Yeah. It's got parking sensors on it, this has as well. And they do work. It's very, very well equipped. Surprising how Peugeot put so much kit on them, really. It's only got rear parking sensors, this one has the active. I think if you go for a sport, or I think it might be an SE model or something like that, you do get front and rears. This being the active only has the rears, but it's a good looking thing, isn't it, with the top down? I think it does transform the car, really. Most convertibles look better with the roof down. They are designed to be such a way. Little scuffs and marks, well, there's a few on the wheels. You can probably see that one. It's not perfect. There's a couple of very small grazes on the paint on it, which do sort of tell that it's done a few miles. I mean, the back bumper's probably the worst bit. It's a little bit dull. It's like a bit crazed, the paint is on it. But it's certainly not horrific. It does look quite a well presented car, really, from like 3 steps back. You wouldn't think it had done 150,000 miles. And my objective with this car really is now to pretty much sell it as it is. It's got a clean MOT on it, clean bill of health from the workshop, and I think it's presentable enough to be quite a good fun summer car for someone this year. So I'm not going to miss the boat by faffing about too much with it. I can get the wheels refurbed if someone wants me to, but I think I will keep them as they are for now. If you do want them refurbed, I can do them. It costs me about 250 quid, and you can pick your colour pretty much, but I do think they look quite good in this grey. Oh, there's a couple of marks on the ones on that other side. Look, they're not bad. I've seen a lot worse. Tyre brands, well, they're not really one I've heard of, but they're quite new. Tyres are all pretty good on it. 225 40 18s the rubber is. That one there's got a little bit of rusting on it, that wheel. I'll perhaps give that a blow over with a bit of paint just to tidy it up. Michelin tyre on there. Wow. And a land sail on the front. You know, pretty chunky grip on it though. Looks like the one on the other side's brand new. This one's got about 6mm left, so overall, not bad. And you know, the interior, I've got my seat right back there, but you would still be able to sit behind me, just about. Passenger side, which is a bit more sensible. Plenty of space. As I say, it's about the same if I'm in a Fiesta. I do sit with my seat quite far back. It's quite a big, wide, comfortable car, this. The suspension on it's geared up really to be set up more for comfort than it is for performance. I think that's probably quite good though, really. It's not a car that you're going to be blasting around a track, is it? Not with a diesel automatic option. It's a car for cruising around and enjoying summer evenings with the top down. And I think it'll do that really, really well. So, perfect for someone, I'm sure. If you're interested in such a thing, give me a call. My number's 079 32 873 646. This beautiful Peugeot is going to be available for nationwide delivery, and we'll take your old car in part exchange if you're interested. So give us a call, let us know what you got. That number one more time is 079 32 873 646. And please do give us a like, share and subscribe to our channel and hit those notifications. That way you'll be kept abreast of new cars that we've got coming in and all the adventures and misadventures that I'll be getting up to as I deliver cars all over the country. Check out the Celica that I've just picked up. That car went in for MOT today and passed. Unbelievably, it passed its MOT. So I'm going to be getting all the paintwork done on it, get it all checked over properly at the workshops, and I'm going to try and restore that car to its former glory. I think that, speaking of glory, you know, this car's got plenty of life left in it, and I think it'll be a bit of fun for someone in the summer, especially if you've got an auto license and you want decent fuel economy. It's showing 50 miles per gallon average fuel economy on its trip computer. That's great, isn't it? Not many convertibles can say that. So, thanks for watching the video as ever, guys. I hope it's been of interest and hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now.